Alexa, what are you most excited about for 2023?
From Harper'sBazaar.com.
Eh.
The 2023 Super Bowl will take place on Sunday.
Review the hero's journey, a little bit of that, and why COVID in March 2020 was the best thing that ever happened to me. This and more in the final show of the year. Cinema unites the world. See you soon. Hello, welcome back. Sorry for the delay. One last show before the end of the year of 2022. I am against force. I am against bullying, but I do love me some voluntary collectivism. And with that in mind, I kind of like the whole joining the world and making New Year's resolutions. I just try to make them every day, you know, as opposed to once a year, and so should you. But that being said, there's lots to look back upon. To begin with, on the easy stuff, some films to recommend to you that perhaps you haven't seen. I think, by the way, if a film is new to you, then that's when you saw it. So, for example, the best film I saw this year was released 40 years ago in 1982. It's called The Verdict. Screenplay by the great David Mamet, directed by the great Sidney Lumet, starring the great Paul Newman, Charlotte Rampling, James Mason, and Jack Warden. The Verdict tells the story of an alcoholic has-been ambulance-chasing attorney who gets a shot at redemption. He is offered an easy case to settle, but something snaps within him when he sees the victim, who's in a coma due to, you can hear my daughter back there, who's in a coma due to negligence by the hospital, and he decides to fight the system. This film moved me so much, and it reminded me of what I believe in humanity, which is redemption. Saul to Paul. Saul was a bad guy, and then he saw the light and became a good guy. It's possible. It's an allegory for change in the Bible, but you can change. It's never too late. You just gotta want to do it. You gotta want it bad. You gotta put in the work and suffer, struggle. I highly recommend The Verdict. I'll be watching it for the rest of my life, and definitely Paul Newman is my acting hero. We all got one. Also, another film that came out this year from Germany called All Quiet on the Western Front. It is a great war film, and by that it is a great anti-war film. It got me angry. And the military-industrial complex. Yuck. Your kids died in the mud for nothing. But it's a great film that I will watch over and over and over. And finally, that came out the year before, but I saw it in 2022. The Tragedy of Macbeth, directed by Joel Coen, starring Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand and Corey Hawkins. It was wonderful. Black and white, 1:3 aspect ratio, shot on sound stages to give it a creepy, dreamy feel, and it totally worked. I understand that Shakespeare intimidates you. I don't blame you if it does. It's actually not Middle English, it's modern English, but never mind that. It's confusing, like blah, 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 blah. Give it a shot. Just challenge yourself. And there's always help. There are Shakespearean actors all over the world who are waiting to talk to you. So it reminds me of people who don't want to watch foreign films because they don't want to have to read subtitles, and I'm sure they're tired of getting judged for not wanting to watch foreign pictures. I'm not going to judge you. Having your eyes go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down is headache-inducing. Okay? Also, listening to dub versions is garbage too. But if you can do it, if you can pull it off, some foreign pictures with subtitles are still very visually told. And Kurosawa's pictures are like that. And you won't mind. So just do yourself a favor and just once a month, watch a foreign picture. Email me at cinemaunitestheworld@gmail.com. Find me on Instagram. Oh, there's all my social media. At Cinema Unites the World. On Twitter, JER Cinema. Hi, lady. That's my daughter. And ask me. I'll tell you. 2022 really solidified for me what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, which is acting, film, and flying, aviation. I'm not going to stop with my private pilot license. I'm going to keep going. If I'm going to share, and by the way, if I'm going to share any kind of a win with you, I'm going to do my very best to make it in a way that inspires you to go for what you want in life. My attitude is always going to be, if I can do it, so can you. Okay? I will confess to you, I am about 2 or 3 at most lessons away from my FAA check ride to become a private pilot. It should have happened sooner. I've been procrastinating. Why? I'll go into it more once I figure it out. But the fact is, it's my fault. But in 2023, it's going to happen. I'm never going to give up. What I will share with you is that after my first lesson, I was shaking and crying. I was so scared of dying. Now I fly solo and no big deal. It's not that I'm not scared, it's that I have a job to do and I'm focused. By the way, that was 2.5 years ago, my first lesson. I've been procrastinating. I've been distracted. I have other things, but doesn't matter. You blame me. My timetable is my timetable. Yours is yours. And it doesn't matter how long it takes me as long as I don't give up. Whether it be flying, film, or family. And now I like to talk about cold plunges. Cold plunges. In short, I have to counter my inner bitch. We all got one. The procrastination demon, the fear demon, the demon that doesn't want us to succeed, that wants me to stay in a zone of comfort and never actually explore the galaxy, allegorically speaking. Aviation has gotten me out of that comfort zone. Aviation has really saved my soul. As is auditioning for films. Being on set, making a film just gets me going. And I'm pleased to see that cold plunging is actually quite trendy right now. We got one at our gym and I love it. What I can tell you is that as of going forward, I am absolutely determined to challenge myself in life. And I have been way too comfortable. And I believe in sharing moments of mine when I overcame that inner demon, when I overcame that inner devil, the inner bitch. And doing cold plunges has been a great way. It's made me realize that I have to fix what's in here before I can accomplish what's out there. I have to address what's in here, my inner demons, in order to crush my goals out there. And once again, cold plunges are my new best friends. And, there it is, as you can see. I've heard about the benefits of cold plunging from Joe Rogan, Wim Hof, and others. Great YouTube videos. And here's how I did it. I began with 10 seconds with my hands and feet sticking out. And at the time, that was a few months ago, and it was misery. But I said, I'll do 10 seconds today, 20 seconds tomorrow. And that became 30, that became 50, that became 1 minute, and I got up to 5 minutes with my hands and feet sticking out because it was way harder to keep them in. And I said, well, how about I do 10 seconds on either end of hands and feet in? And then the next time, 20 seconds on either end, and the next time, 30 seconds on either end, and then they'll finally meet. I'll do 5 minutes all the way in. I skipped ahead a couple times. I'll say this more than once. The first 2 minutes suck the worst, but the rest of it, it used to be the cold plunge was something I used to fear, or I had to get through in order to get to my reward, that is the steam room for 15 minutes. But now it is the reward as well. It's the reward as well. It's I can't wait to get in there. And once I get in, I can't get out. I am up to 10 minutes, hands and feet all the way in. Yeah, I'm as surprised as you are. But what's at the end of that 10 minutes? It went from 5 minutes to 6 minutes, and then 6 minutes to 6.5, and then 7. I can keep going. And I got to 10 minutes. I'm going to limit myself to 10 minutes for now. I am no expert in biology or physiology. I just know that every time I complete those 10 minutes, it's a victory. Every time I don't procrastinate and press forward, whether I win or lose, I win. So I recommend you use a cold plunge if you can get to one. and just try 10 seconds. Go in for 10 seconds and then get out. You're done. Next time, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, build up, be consistent. I cannot go back to doing less than 10 minutes. I will not. Onward. Again, the first 2 minutes are the worst. And as each minute goes on, it gets easier and easier. In my head, you know what I have? I recommend this man's books right here, David Goggins. In his second book, Never Finished, he makes a mixtape of all of his haters. What a marvelous idea. Eminem does something similar. He answers his critics in his songs. He anticipates what they're going to say and addresses all of it. Everything that comes at you can be used as fuel, but we don't. The way we were raised, we were told to get a teacher. Get it? No. Never again. So with cold my daughter. So with cold plunges, my next challenge, my final challenge is going to be 35 degree water, 1 minute, no facial expressions or noise to challenge myself, provided that it's not unsafe. But I've never felt more alive doing these sorts of things, challenging myself.
Here it comes, 3, 2, 1, go.
But back to what the title of this video is, why COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, some people can't let go of the past. I'm definitely one of them. It's my fault. The buck stops here. But for me, COVID, looking back upon it, was the best thing for me. It was a wake-up call I needed. I don't believe in midlife crises. I do believe in midlife readjustments. And March 2020 gave me that readjustment. We're not going back. But we can go forward better. During those lockdowns, which I disagreed with then, and I always will speak out against, as well as any and all mandates, no, I'm raising my hand. I realized how lucky I am to have my wife and children, and I may have been locked down with them for 2 weeks. But during this time, our daughter arrived, and I was like, I don't want to be locked down ever again. I won't be, but if I'm going to have to be, do a lot worse than with my family. It just reminded me how blessed I am to have them, because I know of people who went through divorces around COVID, who got stuck with these people and realized, oh God, I'm one of the lucky few. Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. And we just got to keep going. You know? March 2020 was my wake-up call. It reminded me that my time on this beautiful planet is finite. The Grim Reaper is coming, and I don't know when he's coming, but he's coming. And I don't want to waste any more time. I will tell you that if not for COVID, I would not have found acting, and I would not have found flying. My 2 favorite things that I'll be doing for the rest of my life. And I got to find out how much my wife and kids mean to me, as if I didn't already know. I got to meet so many amazing new friends and colleagues because of March 2020. It gave me the biggest sliding door moment of my life, and we have lots of those. Well, I think we have 7. I can think of a few of mine, how I would have ended up with a completely different family had I zigged left or right. And I have no guarantee of success, but I'm excited to try. My motto in life is going to be, if I can do it, so can you. And if I can do it, then I'm going to do it. So for 2023, I'm going to just go ahead and throw the gauntlet down.
Oh, shit. Okay. No. Okay, you know what? I think we found my limit.
It just got real.
This got real.
I'm going to get my private pilot license. I'm going to get a talent agent. And I'm going to get my short film trailer made. My way. I will check in with you 1 year from today and tell you how I did, if I did it. If I did it. This is Marco Ramius sending that letter to his father-in-law, telling him exactly what he wanted to do with the Red October. And as he says to his fellow conspirators, this is Cortez burning the ships. I have to do this. 1 year from today, those 3 things are going to happen. No turning back. I can be comfortable, or I can go for greatness. And I'm going for greatness. And so should you. I want to get out of that zone of comfort, cross that threshold, find allies and mentors. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. Recognize my inner and external demons. Find my innermost cave where all of my nonsense is stripped away, and all that is left is who I really am and who I can really be. And then I want to fight my way back through every setback and every villain, and to that final dragon, slay that dragon, get the prize, and then start over and start a new journey. So, speech over. I hope this helps you. I want you to keep in touch. I want you to tell me what you're working on, what films you're working on. I'm always looking for collaborators to make films with. So hit me up. You see the social media, Instagram, Twitter. Facebook is terrible. I think Twitter is a very interesting place right now. But anyway, that's all there is to it. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year. And I will see you next year. Cinema unites the world. Have a great day.